All right, so this is a journal for February the 10th. Haven't made a journal for a while. I have not traded much in February, so that kind of makes sense. I'm going to make a summary of January soon. It was a red month for me. I had a $7,000 loss, which is, no loss is ever desired, but it's bigger than I wanted. Overall, I took a big loss in BBIG 2 days in a row, which is kind of a consistent pattern of mine. Got some back the next day, had a nice trade on it on the 26th. Started the month okay too, so overall it was, I think, about a $7,000 loss on the month. I still have to refine these stats and kind of look at the month a little closer. As for this month, I've been fairly inactive. I traded once on the first day of the month, skipped the whole next week, or more or less skipped the whole week. Took a nice trade on SOPA yesterday. That was a gap up short, which is not really something I'm learning now, so it's not my number one trade. Basically, this is the daily, so I traded it on this day. And pre-market, it had a massive gap on like zero volume up to the sixes. And it was at a threes the day before, set off SSR. Then it faded all the way. Then I was looking for it to gap up near this resistance to short into, which it did do. I had two entries. I took one a little prematurely, so I got in on right here. After the first halt, this is where I got it. So that was here. I shorted around 507, I think, somewhere around there, and then I cut it when I went over here. I wanted it higher. I wasn't so upset it went higher. I knew I was a little early because I wanted to risk off this 640 area. So it kept going, halted again, and then it just stuffed and slammed, and I took my shares around the 550s, 540s, and I covered it all into the fives. I remember like 490s. So that was that trade. Then I traded DWAC same day. I really didn't trade much until Tuesday. Then I took like 3 trades. So that was this day after this big hard slam. And I traded it poorly on this day. To me, this is kind of like just they have a forward catalyst up until March now. It got pushed back, and I just see this as a double top. A lot of shorts, a lot of longs got bagged, and was expecting it to come down to the 75 area. Obviously not in one day, I guess. This is the problem with these plays where they're not really one of my patterns. And yeah, I took some big losses on it. So it added up, unfortunately. That was this trade. And I have another nice swing on. It's an OTC short. I'm not going to talk about it until it's done. I expect to be swinging that for maybe a few more weeks. But basically, I was really uninterested in trading because I was very frustrated with my month, the BBIG loss. It's inevitably a multi-day runner. I was a day early, so I went back and looked at all my losers in 2020 and 2021. 2020, I lost about 32,000 on multi-day runner related patterns, more or less. And then 2021, I added it up. About 85,000 of my big losses, not all my losses, came from being 1 day early in multi-day runners. So that was very disappointing to find out, and of course very useful to find out because I'm struggling with those, and those are great opportunities. So what I did was I went and I plotted all of my big losers and some of my winners, and I'm going over the pattern and looking at all the charts and trying just to find the general trends and what I'm doing wrong and refine my entry and exit criteria, so I can hopefully turn those into winners or smaller losses in the future and grow my account much faster. So that's it for today, and hopefully I'll have a nice pattern I'm familiar with soon to trade.